What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your boy Ryan LFC back again, guys. Another top shelf video for you guys today. I have former Jamaica assistant coach for the Reggae Boyz and also Jamaica College big coach Norman Manley, head coach. What's up, coach? How are you doing today? Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. And how you're doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain. You know, this virus taking over the world, but we have to respect it and stuff. So, how is the family doing?
Well, we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Okay.
It's good that I'm with them at this point in time because I didn't see them for 1 year, so it's good to be here with them. So enjoying the moment and spending time with them and get an opportunity to also coach and be a part of the football game.
Great, great, great. And you just said they watch Manchester United draw against AC Milan.
Yeah. Tough
Perfect.
one, tough one. I think it's the second time I've seen added time we concede a set piece. This time a corner. The first one at time was about 3 weeks ago. We conceded a free kick. So something to work on.
Well, you get out some of your own medicine, so you have to just live with that.
Coming from a Liverpool man, I don't expect anything better.
Okay, coach, let's kick it off. Early life, place of birth.
I was born in my gully, Manchester, in a community called Lambert. Yes.
So, which school you attend?
Well, I started out at the Teacher Blake basic school. Then I went to My Gully Primary. At the time, it was called My Gully All Age. You have the primary section, and then you had the All Age. And then I later went to Belfield for 3 years, and then I was transferred to Homer Technical High School.
So, do you play any sports in high school or primary school coming up?
Yeah, yes, man, definitely. I played cricket and football, and I did a little bit of track and field.
Wow, so he's an all-rounder.
Somewhat.
So what it is like grow up in country, you know, a lot of Jamaican have it difficult to go to school and stuff, financial. How
Yeah,
is your
no, I'm definitely challenging. Definitely challenging. At the time, I didn't know my father when I was young. When I was at that age, I met him one time. I think I was like 21. So, growing up in a rural area from with a poor family with father not being around, it's there's a lot of struggle. But I believe that the struggle was like a fuel, for me that it gave me a early realization of what suffering is like. And I always tell myself, I don't want to go there, and I don't want my kids to grow in a scenario like that. But I was never hungry. I was never hungry. Good to I had a mother who supported, had a great grandmother who I lived with. So I was never hungry, but they were always challenging in terms of the bus fare, in terms of sometimes shoes and certain little things that you have wanted to be more comfortable. And yeah, so it was tough. I remember times when I was going to Belfield, I would walk from school from Belfield back to my gully. But I was very smart, and I had a lot of persons who listened to me. So what I did was that I organized football in after school, and then tell them that, look here, let us just boom ride. Why are we taking taxi? Let us walk. And they had their fear. I didn't have any. So they just walk with me, we pick guava and stuff like that. And sometimes we will get a ride, and sometimes we just walk straight home. So but if I had a chance to grow up like that, I would definitely do it again, because it has built me, it has fueled me with you know to be resilient and to be determined. Those characteristics that are very important in being successful.
perfect? So what it is like when you just start to play football? When you know you have a talent.
Well, my other cousin who was a PE teacher at Miguel Primary School, Miguel Early School rather, and he always bring home the ball and play football and normally play with my brother when he visited, and always in the street. I think I was like the best on my small road and everything like that. But one day I was playing football. I think by the time I was in grade 6, I was playing football. Lunchtime you're playing football and everything. And the coach at the time, I think Mr. Colin Powell, he saw me and he said to me that, hey, I wanted to come and play for the early school. The early school is from 1 to 9. And normally you don't have a grade 6 student playing. And he said I must turn up for the match. I went to the match and he gave me a number 6 jersey and I started. So I was very surprised. We won the game, went to the semi-final of the Manchester League of the I forgot what it is, but the early school competition.
Definitely.
However, I got the jersey for a senior student. So every evening when I was passing his house, he rushed me because everybody started laughing after him because I took away his jersey. So yeah, but I was identified by Mr. Powell, and there I started playing more formally. But my uncle used to take me all around with him. I was like 9 years old. When I was like 9 years old, take me everywhere with him to play for small community teams. So so that with the mixed with the primary school. Those are the areas in which I was identified early.
So when you go to high school, you start to further your career in football and balance it with education. It was difficult.
No, it was difficult. I won't say I was like a nerd, but like when I was going primary school, I was different from grade 1 and grade 6. I came first in class. I skipped I didn't go to grade 5. I was promoted to grade 6 in primary school. So I was a book because I saw from very early that it was like my way out. So I used to study a lot, used to read a lot of books, and then I had a teacher who lived at the home where I lived, and so I would read all his books. So I think I had a very good base. When I went to high school now, I didn't play football. I didn't play football at Belfield. I was playing cricket. I started playing cricket because it's a very big school. It's a shift school, and I was identified by Mr. Cheddar. He was the cricket coach at the time, and I started playing cricket. I played under 14, played under 16. Was vice captain of under 14, vice captain of under 16. And however, at the time when I was playing cricket at Belfield, I was discovered as a footballer in my community. That is My Gully. My Gully had a team. We went to the Premier League in 1997. So I was playing football for my community team, but I was playing cricket for my high school. So, they know I could play football, but I wasn't asked to come out for the football training. So I didn't go. I was more occupied with the football, but I was playing, cricket. So I was playing football for My Gully. And then Mr. Vassell came to Belfield, and that's Mr. Vassell who coached Wolmer's and now at Rossi's, I think. Yes, I think he's at Rossi's now. So he had invited me for the summer to come and play football because he was saying, you can't have a footballer like this in the school and I'm not playing Manning Cup.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing with the big men, you understand? I'm playing with the big men, playing we call it Premier League qualification games and playing the parish games. So it was wondering why I'm not a part. But however, by that time now, Homewood recruited me. So I didn't get a chance to play for Belfield. I went training, I think, for 2 weeks, and then I went to Homewood where I sat out for the year. And I think 1997, and the football wasn't played because of some indiscipline, I believe, that year. That started, but it had stopped because of some incident that I think Charlie Smith, and there was another incident at Rossi's. So I think Issa had cancelled, I think, 1997.
So, Coach, before you go further, so recruiting has been going on for a long time. It's not just now.
Recruiting has been going on before my mother was born. You understand? It's it is something that is a part of success, a part of sports, a part of any job you watch. You know, people being recruited from one station to the next station. People want the best, and it's not only the best, but people want a person who they believe they can work with. And it doesn't necessarily mean that sometimes the best, but persons who are good enough and persons who are team workers and persons who can gel in their system. So it is nothing new, and it always continue. And being a recruit student athlete, I am very happy that I was recruited. It has shaped me. Going to Homewood has been one of the. I love Belfield definitely. It have a lot of history there, and but Homewood has shaped me in terms of being that person that I am. Because I remember being at Belfield, I was more introverted. I still am, but being at Homewood, not that I still did my schoolwork because I had a Reggae Boyz scholarship when I was at Homewood, in which they would pay my school fee for 3 years, and every 3 months they would give you a stipend. So there was a Reggae Boyz scholarship going on, and I think about seven student athletes across the island won it that year. I think 98 or 99, somewhere there about. So I did my schoolwork, but you start realize that your social intelligence is so important, and Homewood kind of really helped me to be a more sociable person, you know being more in the street, because at the time I was boarding, so I have to know how to balance whatever money I have, wash your clothes, all those things, so I think it has shaped me into the person I am.
So which position you play when you go
um
to Benfield?
Homewood, I was,
Homewood. Homewood.
yeah, I was always more attacking midfielder, number 8, number 10. When there are times in which I play the number 6 role, but it's always I'm more comfortable playing number 8 and number 10 position.
So you win anything for your school? How far you
Uh,
go in the competition? Semi-final, quarter-final?
no, should be told, quarterfinals. We had in 1999 we were the favorite to win the Doncaster Cup. Um, Stets, Bell. There were 3 teams. I think Homewood, Stets, and Cornwall College were, I think, we were favorite that year. We had a very good team. However, we were in the same quarterfinal zone with Stets, and We won those 2 games, and then we drew with Stets, and Stets went ahead to go went through base and goal difference. I said this is because I remember playing against Sets at Manchester High School, and I think it was like 90th minute, just added time. And I got a breakthrough. I intercepted a ball about the half line, and I remember dribbling through about 4 to 5 players, and I was in front of the goalkeeper. I mean, there was this guy. He became my teammate after a row. He was pulling me, so it could be a penalty. Um, so I mean, I'm like in the 6 yard, and I just took my eyes off the ball, and took my eyes off the ball, and it normally is a definite goal. And I don't know what happened. The ball hit my ankle, the end of my ankle, and went straight in the goalkeeper's arm. Just rolled to the goalkeeper from the 6 yard, and there was everybody was like encroaching on the football field, just to celebrate, because I mean, sets always have a big crowd, but we had a big crowd too, because we had the whole Manchester following us. And I could feel everybody like they're coming close to me to celebrate, and people just just opening from me like this. So personally, always said, if this is the reason why when um I get a chance to play against Jets, it's always like that, we never lose or try to, but it's never like, but I will never forget that day, that game. It's something that if I could go back, that one chance to go back, even if we didn't win the Dakar Cup, but that goal is something that always haunt me. you know. But
Definitely. I
yeah.
understand because 2013, something hurt me when I was playing for Excelsior when I come up against Jamaica College. For some reason, I don't know. I have a lot of respect for Jamaica College, but they are lucky sometimes when they play against Excelsior. I remember when Brian Richards get taken down by Andre Riley inside the box at Constant Spring, and Colorado Murray get the step up. I was having an excellent game, and like the whole Constant Spring said, "Go and take it, Rima. Go and take it." I
Mm.
was the captain because Colorado Murray was the penalty kicker. I didn't take it, and sometimes sleeping that moment I always flashback. I jump up out of my sleep and
Mm.
I say, "Why this always?" Because I know I should step up and kick that penalty. So when you're saying continue riding, I can feel the pain.
Yeah, man, it's something that there are certain things that will live with you. Not just live with you, but there are times when it pop up. When you probably see even similar moments, it just pop up and you say, "Damn," you know. And I thought that if I had scored that goal, there are different reasons why it haunts me. Because '99, I think I was in a very good shape to be called for the national under 20 team, and not getting a chance to go to the next round where you could be highlighted more in the semi-final. That kind of make it very difficult for me. So all those things. Just the goal is one I really had strong aspiration to play for the national, to be called for the under 20 team that year. Although I was like young, I was like probably 17 at the time, but I thought that I wanted a call up at that time.
I agree with you. Very tough, very tough. But my next question to you, Miguel Coley, before we get into football, your coaching, you start out as a PE teacher in the classroom. How was that experience? Do you think it helped you
Yeah,
when you
man,
touch on
definitely.
the coaching field?
Yeah, man,
And
definitely.
which team, which high school you were coaching physical education?
Yes, I started out teaching physical education at Norman Manley High School, and I got the job, but I was at the time I was playing for Waterhouse and teaching physical education at Norman Manley High. Was really tough because I was on I think I was on the evening shift when I started. So sometimes you have to go down a Waltham, take a taxi, and head to Waterhouse Stadium because we are training about like 6 o'clock. School finish 5 o'clock. Sometimes Virgin Warlord would pick me up like a Craig White. We're, we used to be roommates at when we just got there was my roommate at Waterhouse. But however, back to your question, the PE teaching helps because coaching is teaching. Coaching is definitely teaching, and you have an understanding of adolescents, how they operate, how they learn, and how to deal with them. You have an idea in terms of the things that they go through within the classroom, on the road, in the area, and also being at Waterhouse, you kind of understand how the garrison mentality, things that are important to them. It may have not be as important to me as a country youth, but in terms of a man from the Kingston 13, the Kingston 2, you understand? All of the Kingston, all of the Kingston, them, certain things are very, very important to them, or how they view certain things. So you get to understand how to deal with them and gel with them. I started out coaching at Normal Manley out of, I don't know, I was injured. I
Yeah,
was
injured
injured.
2005. 2005, I
Yeah,
get injured when I
yeah,
played for
injured 2005, and I said to myself, not playing. So I was very depressed. I started going to the studio, Junior Reid studio. I think it was at Ramsey Crescent, and then moved to Halfway Tree. I think it was building. It's finished now. It was building somewhat a plaza in Halfway Tree near to where I have Stoneleaf Studio. So it was an unfinished building. So it's a go there and everything, but very depressed on board and everything. And so I have some youth in my PE class, very good players, very good players. You had like the Bonnie Scott, Probably Terrence Burnett. All of
Coach,
them.
don't, I'm not cutting you. I will catch up back there. I want to ask you this before you get into that.
Okay, no problem.
When you come to town, or you get to town, from a guy from Manchester come to Kingston, or that transaction, or you come to town, you have family in Kingston?
No, I don't have family in Kingston. No. I played that game against Waterhouse from my gully. And I scored a goal. And Peter Carl was the coach at the time, and he said, "You, me not left you know." And I say, "Yeah, come town with me," and everything like that. So next day, Peter Cargill, he came to Manchester and brought me to Mr. Bignell and said he want to sign me for the season. However, my mother, she was like, "Hey, sir, Waterhouse too dangerous. She know want to go Waterhouse and everything." You understand? It was like the second half of the season. So that was January. You wanted me to sign me to play the second half for Waterhouse and everything. I think that was 2004, I think, yeah. So I didn't end up going to Waterhouse. But what happened is that when I finished college, I never get a job immediately because my plan was to go to Oral Roberts University on a scholarship. The scholarship fell through, so by September you have to try to get a job. I didn't get a job at the time. In October, I got a 2 month job at a primary school in St. Elizabeth. No, by January, some of the home I'm bored. So I say, "Yo, mommy, you know what? No, sorry. Yeah. Peter Gargill, what happened to Peter Gargill? Him dead. He died 2004, I think, yeah. And the home I said to myself, sir, I wonder if me just go Waterhouse at time if him to be alive. You understand? Because I had high respect for him before even I know him because he was the captain of the the national team and
The
everything.
Reggae Boyz team, yeah.
Yeah, and how him deal with me, cool him, check up on me and everything. I say, I wonder if I went to the game, I really didn't think at all, he would be alive or something like that. So I said to my mother, mommy, I go town, because I'm here, I don't get no job. You understand? I'm not getting a teaching job, I'm not getting a work in any corporate entity. So I go town and she said, okay, she pray for me and everything. And I start go Kingston, you have to get up like 3 o'clock in the morning. And when we reach at Jews land at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. in the morning or 5:30, people want to say, "Yo, where there's a do? Just say there's a war going on, blah blah, this and that." And some people, I remember Nally and they had a little shop. Yeah, man, some of them take me and I stay by them. And when players them I go through, then say, "Yeah, you can't go on over now," because at the time I think there was some little tension between over Jews land and over the over the bridge, over the
They
Red
go
Bridge.
over the bridge, yeah. Bridge always warring over Jews.
A little tension I go on, so that's how I reach Kingston.
Wow. And from you reach the Kingston to Waterhouse, you do say Waterhouse in your garrison, you grew up Waterhouse because come to Kingston, you go straight to Waterhouse. And look at Miguel Coley, one of the greatest coach out of the schoolboy football. But I want you to pick up back from Norman Manley. You start to coach Norman Manley, Pepsi team, under 14. How that come about?
Yeah, so so what happened was that some youth in my P class and thing, and I said, "Boy, I know what." So youth, guess what happened? No come in the morning. Me coach, just come 9 o'clock, we finish by 11 o'clock, and no go on the class. You understand? Because I thought that they were very good, So they come in the morning, and I wasn't thinking about coaching anything at all, coaching the school or anything. It was just like as a physical education. You saw some youth and you said, "Boy, you work with them and everything, And by that time, I don't know if it reached Mr. Clark ears. And he saw me one day and I said, what do you think about come and help me coach the Manley Cup team and we give you the under 14 team to coach?" I said, "No problem." As I said, I'm not even thinking about a career in coaching. But it's an massive boy. Me help him out. Because I know Mr. Clark from I was at Homewood. Because Norman Manley and Homewood we used to camp together. Like the Hicklins and the Capo and all them they used to come come home because we had a dorm, so they camp for the summer, and you know, so we know them long time. Exchange jersey at the end of the camp and things. So I was familiar with Mr. Clark from I was a schoolboy. So I said, all right, cool, no problem. And him saying, give me the under 14 team, and the under 14 team, we entered in the JC, I think by 2006. We entered, you know, the JC normally have a little competition with all of the under 14 team, and we won. And you know, you must say, boy, coach team, we can win the under 14 this year, you know. And we ended up being knocked out by I think Arden or Campion. I think Arden, one of those schools, Arden or Campion in the semi-final at the Pepsi, and you know, and the Manning Cup that year we went to the finals in 2005. By 2006, I think we dropped out in the quarterfinals. I think we were in a zone with Georges and Bridgeport, because they had Andre Steele from Bridgeport. I don't know if you remember those players.
Yeah, and, I remember Andre. I think Raphael were coaching them at that time.
Yeah. We had a very good team, because I remember we played Georges. I think we gave them 6 love at Georges, and then I think about 5 or 6 again back down at Tinsapen. But we had a very good team. But what happened that year was that we had some of the national players. I think Ligo when they had the under 20 going on. So some players, I think even JC was affected that year because they had Dada had to go to the under 20 qualifiers, I think in Cuba. So some teams were affected by that, but we had Ligo who had to play, and so we were knocked out at the Manning Cup and the Walker Cup. But that was my introduction in terms of the schoolboy football. And believe me, you know, sometimes I will text Mr. Clark and tell him thanks, because you know, he could have given anybody else that opportunity, and for some reason he chose me.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when Coach Riley was the assistant coach for Liebert Aliman in 2012. We won the Coles, I think, in 2009. And most of the time when you are the Coles coach or the Pepsi coach, you are the assistant coach for the Manning Cup team, because the school have a system where they want to make sure the coach that are the assistant know the player that coming up through the system.
Which is right.
How important that is?
No, it was very important because it's important because it's helping the whole transition. Not only that you will know the talent from early, that is important, but also you know the attitude from a very early age. So now you can help, you know, boys who have some issues, who need some extra assistance, not only in academics, but in terms of something maybe happening at their home and things like that. So you know, to create some form of intervention. But and that is the early stage, you know, introduction to you and the player. And when you can have that introduction from an early, you know, and the Manning Cup, you know, there's mutual respect and there's a good rapport, and you know, it really helps.
Yeah, definitely, because you know the coach and the Coles team and the Pepsi team know the player them from a tender age. So I remember one time when I just go to Excelsior, 2009, I won the Coles, and then down in the year when we won the Coles, my coach Riley come at the school and he looked at me, we were talking, and he said, listen, Rima, you're not going to play Manning Cup next year. You know why? You're not doing no schoolwork. And Mr. What do you mean by that, coach? I'm doing schoolwork. Mr. Rima, I'm telling you, you're not doing no schoolwork. So at that time, most of the coaches know the player them, what they're doing from. You don't have to get the information from teacher or something. And then 2010, when I was supposed to play Manning Cup, I didn't play. Excelsior draw against Charlie Smith in that group. Down at Jungle. One of the best things from Chenstown as a goalkeeper. And a lot of people say, why you not? I didn't make the team. I just couldn't tell the people I didn't do any schoolwork. And when he said that, it's true. It's very important for the coach know the players at a tender age, know what they're capable of doing and what they're going to do. going
Yeah.
forward. But yeah, his coach Riley is a very good coach, and
Yeah,
you know,
he did some very good work at Excelsior.
yeah, definitely, and you know,
Definitely.
I think when Liebert Alleman leave 2012 and go to Idle, I think it really affect Excelsior. No disrespect to Coach Barris. I think me playing under Coach Barris in 2012, I think that was my best year in our football career because when I look at it, I get a lot of attention, goalkeeper training and all of these stuff. But Alleman is very strict, discipline and stuff. This is the reason why Miguel Coley, I want to interview Liebert Alleman because something what he do with us, he cannot do with present player now because most of these youths they are very soft and he's very strict. And if him
Yeah,
see that
I know
girl,
him.
so he said, "Hey girl, we fair do with that dunce." You know him always embarrass you. And this is the reason why I want to have a conversation with my coach because I think if he can
Yeah, yeah.
tweak a few little things, I think he can definitely start to win back a lot of major trophy. And I love Liebert Alleman. He's the one who bring me to Excelsior
Very
and
good coach,
stuff.
man. Very good coach. Very good coach. I just said very. I know him because I'm associated with Barbican and he's associated with Barbican too. So I know him through Barbican and I know him through also the competitions and everything like that. And a very
Definitely.
good coach. Very good coach. I just
Definitely.
said
I
very
think,
strict.
yeah, very strict coach, man. Very
Yeah.
strict. But
Remind me
I
of
think
Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark, yeah, I think they're very strict, and this is what they need at the schoolboy level. Once you have school player look up to you and all of these stuff. When I was
Mm-hmm.
going to Excelsior, no one on the Manning Cup team could bleach. No one could wear ace ring. No one could wear him pants under him buttocks.
Yeah.
All of these things, no one can disrespect the teacher. Once you disrespect the teacher, it no matter who you be, you will never represent for Excelsior. No one
Mm-hmm.
could fight. You will never represent Excelsior. And Mr. Bramfield, my principal, we need that in the school. I don't happy what I come and see what's going on Excelsior. I see these young guys walking with girl in the dressing room and it's not a good look. That is not how Excelsior run. And I wanted to come back, but Liebert Alleman, if you're seeing this interview, I need to know your story and I need to talk to you. Guy, you are a great coach. But this is not a Liebert Alleman coach. This is
But
Miguel
no,
Coley
man,
story.
it's good talking about persons who have done so well over the years, and I have no problem talking about him. And sometimes these things, the impact you have on kids' life and student athletes' life is sometimes even more important than trophies. You understand?
Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
He played a major part in my career. He made me to be the man I am now because when I was going to school, we always think he harsh. He always say, yo, listen, you will have thousands of girls after finish high school, after finishing college. It's not all
Yeah.
about football. He's a coach that talk about the book. He's a person talk about
Yeah.
discipline. And my last year in school, my last Manning Cup, it was just atrocious because I started to run down a little big body girl from down a jungle and get kids and my career kind of end very early. But when I was the same thing that coach was telling us about, the same thing come happen to me. So most
Mm-hmm.
time when I go back to the school, I say, listen, these are the mistakes I made. You're not going to realize until you leave school when your career done gone already and you cannot fix it back. Sometimes I wish I was listening to Liebert Alleman.
Yeah. Understand.
But talk to me now, coach.
Yeah.
You move from the Coles team to manage Norman Manley Manning Cup team.
Mm-hmm.
How that come about?
Tragically, because the great Mr. His name, oh, Mr. Hunt, Wagga Hunt, David Wagga Hunt, yes.
What
He
got that
died.
who coach
Calabar,
Mother
medieval and
Medieval and Calabar. Great
Yeah,
coach, man. Great
yeah, man.
coach.
He died away. He died. Sorry, he died, and he was like the best friend for Mr. Alvin Clark. They were very close. Like every day they would talk. Like like 2 hours or more on the phone. Believe me, they would, being around Mr. Clark, so I know. So he died, and Calabar wanted Mr. Clark to become the coach of the Manley Cup team. That was 2008. So he took the offer. And so I am there. I was not even thinking about being the head coach of the Manley Cup team because I was saying, they have a lot of past students, and you understand, because I was under 14 coach, under 16, and just concentrating on being the trainer for the team and everything like that. And you're cool, you understand? So he came to me one day and said he wanted me to become the the head coach of the Manley Cup team. So I laughed. I said, Mr. Clark, what you talking about? I must say, yeah, man, I think, I say, it might give me some attributes, that I didn't even know about myself, because I'm just a dedicated person who, wants me, is a 0 or 100. It's like no middle ground for me, So once I'm in a part of something, I'm not going to be late, you understand? I go, I go put out everything. And him say, he want to become the head coach of the team, and he recommend me to the principal, and the principal is okay with it. And I said, well, I said, Mr. Clark, and so I said, boy, these are big shoes to fit in. And I say, one thing we can tell you, youth, just wear your own shoes. And it was profound to me, because I said, boy, don't want to think about, fitting on my shoes or whatever. You get me? Not in a disrespectful way or anything at all, but you must say, and it's important in life, wear your own shoes. You get me? I say, is your own journey. You get me? And I became the coach in 2008, and it was a good thing that I was the under 14 coach, because I know some of those boys who would have matriculated to the Manley Cup team from early. So in terms of getting the respect and working with them, it was seamless away. I mean, the program missed Mr. Clark definitely, because he knew them, he knew exactly how to deal with them. I had a different personality than Mr. Clark, so I would have to slowly phase in, my type of personality. Because Mr. Clark, as I said, was close to Mr. Alleman, very strict, and he will, when boys see them start run, you understand?
Same thing with us. Same thing with us.
Yeah, and he's not like he might lick them or anything like that. But if them out the road with a girl and them say, Mr. Clark, I come, them a run. Yeah, man, them a scoot, man. I hear him say, Dopey! Like, I know I hear that. It's like them run, man. Yeah, so, I'm a disciplinarian, definitely. But, my personality is different, and I wouldn't. It would be wrong of me to say, boy, take up what Mr. Clark just left off, just like that, So yeah, I became the head coach of the team, and we went to the quarterfinal round. Still, experience. To be honest with you, I was inexperienced in terms of being a head coach, and you start realizing, boy, being an assistant coach for the Manley Cup team and the head coach are totally different thing. There's some responsibility that you have to take on, which you have to be working with the administration as much as possible, and a lot of different things that being the assistant coach you wouldn't be a part of. The pressure is different. Being the head coach is definitely different. At the time I was being the assistant, and yes, I work, train the team and everything, and follow whatever program Mr. Clark has. You have to design your own program and everything, and as a teaching helped, in terms of the whole planning and everything like that, and being a physical education teacher, and then I was a teacher of English also. So in terms of communicating with them, communicating my ideas, it wasn't so difficult, but it was a lot of pressure. I don't really show much emotion, so a person may not know that it was a lot of pressure. But being in a community like Norman Manley and Maxfield Avenue, and coaching a Norman Manley team that is a traditional, Manley Cup team that does well, even if we don't win, but they do very well. They play a particular way, and you want to get back that game model also and everything. So it was a lot of pressure, fans, old boys, a lot of pressure from them. Sometimes person want to get physical, But they always think I'm a bad man because, we used to pay for waterhouse and we used to do a little bit of, a little bit of things.
Yeah, you have this character to make sure, especially this rural area like the Tivoli, the Chenstown. You have to have a little bit of definitely. You can't be a female. You have to rough, especially when you come from the garrison. I hear Neville Bell said on TV, if you manage Waterhouse, Arnick Garden, and Tivoli, you can manage any football team in the right.
Yeah, true. Yeah, man. So, the garrison, and I tell you, I grew up, like, my first year, I grew up about 5 years, believe me, about 5 years. Because I said, no, being the head coach is like, you have to, it's like, you get more, you have to have more information on you, them. You understand? You have to jump in the car on a Saturday or Sunday and just turn up on a youth house. You understand? I visit parents and everything. You know how the guys run certain way. Some youth will lock all the street at night time. And you have to meet with people. You have to move youth from them house. Say, them have to sleep at night time and certain little things. And some youth not live with mother and father, so them live with them granny. Them must stay out, or them a gamble at night time. You have to, at 12 o'clock at night time being at the garrison. You would see them have to go home, them have to go to them bed and everything like that. So, it's a whole, some of the things. Sometimes when I think about it, I say, boy, whenever I ever think about it, I go in at garrison, I'm late hours there and shut a fire and everything. But it's fearless because you want the best for the youth, them. Not only as football players, but, in terms of life,
So which year you became the head coach of Norman Manley? Is 2011?
No, man, 2008.
2008 to 2012.
Yeah, to 2012. Yeah, and 2010 we had a good chance to win the Manning Cup. Very good chance. We lost the Manning Cup semi-final 1-0 to Waterford. I mean, credit to them. We lost the Walker Cup semi-final to JC 1-0 again, our own goal. But with more experience, because I said, I'm learning. And you see, people say, boy, football. Football is more than football is management. You have to can manage the youth them as much as possible. No care how much drills you know, no care how much tactics you know, and everything like that. At the end of the day, when you're a head coach, managing the players is utmost and getting the best out of them, especially at critical moments, are some of the ingredients to be successful. Creating an environment that is conducive to learning, conducive to form of happiness, and fact that you're contributing to their life and they learn every single day. There's so many things that you have to take in place, especially when you're coaching boys, adolescent boys.
Definitely. I think you have a very good success. You didn't win anything major, but the improvements of Norman Manley over the years definitely compete in the Manning Cup. You guys is not a pushover, But 2012, you play against my team, Excelsior. I was in the goal. You lost to Excelsior, 2-1. We come at your home and draw 0-0. You remember any game? You remember that game when you lost?
Yeah, man, I remember because if the game up by Excelsior, our goalkeeper, I don't remember the player who hit him and he was down. The ball went to the half line and everybody saying referee, the goalkeeper on the goal. Not the half line, no, not the half line. About the 60 meter. Yeah. About 60 meter. And everybody has the ball. The goalkeeper down and you keep back the shot.
I remember Kadim, he just came in at grade 7 and it's a very short youth score. I remember when you guys scored the first goal. You remember when all the goals score, I was coming out and I said, keeper. And then the defender end up touch the ball. And it end up, they touch it, me and him collide. And then the guy just run around and score. And the goalpost dropped down that day and then like, the coach come on and say, Rima, where are Rona go? That the Alman, where are Rona go? Where are Rona go? I said, coach, I said keeper, and he didn't move. And
that's true.
Our top striker was scoring a lot of goals for us in the summer. Brian Richard ended up being the top goal scorer in the Manning Cup that year.
Mm-hmm. I think he scored against us too. He scored.
No, he didn't score. Kareem Banton scored the winner.
Banton.
Kareem Banton is good, right?
Was left footer. Was a good
left
player.
Footer.
Yeah, man. Good player. Very good player.
Yeah, we'd have a very good team, and I think coming back home to you guys with John nil and stuff. But I always remember you. You know why? You always dress properly.
Yeah.
You look like you are the leader. I always have a what you call it? One of these whiteboard in your hand. Yeah. I always have a pen in your hand. But yeah, I remember you definitely.
Yeah, man,
so
always, yeah. That was my signature, man. The whiteboard.
Always have it in your hand and always have a shirt in your. You always just properly. But in 2013, you get the call in the summer. I think in the summer you get the call. You get a call from Jamaica College, and you became. All that come about, and it at the time you were doing very good at Norman Manley. You spent a lot of years at Norman Manley from 2008 to right up to 2012. That's very difficult to leave a team, a lot of students and all of these things. What went through your mind when you get that call from Jamaica College? It was a hard decision to leave Norman Manley.
I tell you something. It was April. Actually, it was in April. I got a call from one of the assistant manager from Jamaica College, and he introduced himself and everything, and he said that Jamaica College is interested in me being the head coach of the team. They want me to become the head coach of the team. I say, those years, you're ambitious as a coach, but you're zooming in terms of your team so much. You understand? And so I said to him, "So boy, no, I can't take up the offer and everything." And I said, "Why?" And I said, "Boy, some have some youth where you work with them so much, and some of them they will be doing their CXC exam and everything, and the final year, I leave them, because at the time at Norman Manley we had developed some older programs to help. Their teachers came on board. We had the reading program, we have the homework program. Boys who, if you don't come do your homework on Saturday, they can't train or anything like that. So we had a very, a program, and the school, everybody rally around, and there were, teachers had, making an input in terms of the football program. So I told him no, and he said, "Boy, think about it and everything." At the time, May was coming up, and I wanted to start my preseason and everything, and we had some struggle because I wanted some ball, and every time I was studying at the time, and the principal would say to me, "Boy, come to a meeting and everything." And I got a meeting, and sometimes one person weren't there, so the meeting could be kept. So I had to, you leave your classes and you come back. So I was a bit annoyed and everything like that. But I believe by 2013, the Norman Manley team, we had a very good chance to win the Manning Cup also, because only McLeod, you probably know him because he was from Rima, right across from, you have the Arnett Garden here, so when the side of the Rima, at the roundabout, you have the roundabout there, man. Havana, but like 9th Street or something like that in live.
9th Street, yeah, 9th Street.
Yeah, 9th Street. Andrew McLeod. He was the only player, and he was the only player we're losing. I think we're losing Keane. Probably him and Keane. That is Oshie and Roberts. We're losing Oshie and Roberts and Andrew McLeod that year. So I believe we had a very good chance to win the Manning Cup 2013. So I told him no. But there was a lot of struggles and everything. And I call, you have mentors and stuff. So I call my mentor in the university, my former coach and somebody else. And they said to me, "Boy, you not take the job yet." You know, so they must say to me, say, boy, you should have taken the job long time. You know, so I thought about it and I spoke to my girlfriend about it and everything, and she was saying, you know, the opportunity is great. I know how you love the boy, love the team at Norman Manley and everything, the students and everything, and you know you do a lot of work with them, but you have to start thinking about yourself too, you know, in a way, you know. So they called me back from Jamaica College, and I said to them, okay, I will take the opportunity. I spoke to the boys them at Norman Manley. Some couldn't believe. Some I said, boy, coach, it can't be said this story, and you know that some of the normal thing, being so close to them, you understand? So it was very rough, you know, even having the meeting with them and talking to them about it. But yeah, I took the opportunity to go, and yeah, the rest I would say is history.
Definitely. I think you are one of the greatest coach to especially go to Jamaica College and win 5 Manning Cup in a row. How you feel about the first Manning Cup?
Wow, excited. Yeah, that's simple. That's excited. You know, overwhelmed to even see because it was a tough game against Wolmer's, and just to see, you know, in the midst of people just jumping, even Manny Cup, when you're winning anything, even persons who are against you, they come and jump on the field, and you understand, especially undecided people, you know, everybody, the stadium was the field was full with people, a lot of blue, and you understand, so it was exciting, and to win with a school like a Jamaica College it was unbelievable for me. You know, it took me a while. It's like I was just looking around, and just looking around, just enjoying the environment, enjoying the ambience at the time, and thinking about the next one. You know, because as soon as you enjoy it, you have to start. If you don't start do this and say, boy, you know what, next year again, get in that mindset quickly, then you just can't get caught in a comfort zone and just get caught in what I said, short term success. So quickly you have to twitch and say, boy, look here, you go back here, we are gonna focus on the Oliver Shield, but after the Oliver Shield, what we can do to win next year? You have to get in that mood, and that's what we did every single year. We had a fantastic team of players, fantastic staff, and the principal supported very well. The old boys, everybody came on board, and you couldn't have asked for a better. No disrespect to any school, but you couldn't have asked for a better environment to grow as a coach and to be successful as a coach.
Definitely. But I want to talk to you about recruitment because in that time, every year you guys recruit either one or two, take the best
Mm-hmm.
player from other school. As a
Mm-hmm.
coach,
Yes.
being at Norman Manley, go to Jamaica College, do you think that kind of water down the rest of school when the big school like the Excels at Jamaica College come and just take away their best player?
All right. Let me tell you something. You see, the football in Jamaica being, first to answer your question, I have to explain in terms of football, schools, and the particular students who go to different schools, right? Um, so after you have students are recruited in different ways. And I won't say recruit, but when you do the GSAT, I think it was GSAT at the time, I used to do the common entrance. So based on a certain average or based on where you're from, you go to a particular school. So at Norman Manley, I remember that at one point we were getting a particular type of student. So we'll probably get some of the students from say Patrick, what's his name? Iris Kelly in the Arnett Guard. We'll get some boys from St. Patrick. We'll get some boy from, I forget some of the schools them now, but some of those garrison schools. And maybe the average at the time would be like 40%. So in that now we'll get a lot of the footballers. You understand, from the primary schools. When we started doing much better in terms of academics, we started in 60%. Boys, a lot of students in the 60%, 70% bracket. Those students who we normally get start go to here Selassie. Good. At JC school, you know, the average is like 85, 90. So you get some of the students who from the prep school, some of the good students are from prep school, but sometimes some of the students who come to your school are definitely not footballers. You understand? Based on the grades that they take them. All right. So you look from the Kingston, so from Kingston, like, so you have like in the era, Charlie Smith will get a lot of the footballers. You would have like down to the east side, you have a lot of students who go Camperdown. You have a lot of students who go Holy Trinity. You know, all of you them from Central Kingston, that area would go to like a Holy Trinity based on the location and based on the student average. All right. So therefore, a school like a Jamaica College, um, sometimes in terms of to boost their program, what they would have done now is to probably get one and two of students who normally play, who did very well at the primary school level, because from the GSAT exam, those students would have gone to a different high school. You know, so they would have recruited based on that. So you'd have those schools who do very well. They would have like sometimes you're going to school and they have boys who in those schools are playing for even their community teams, or who can't even make the Money Cup team. So as a result of that, schools like a Jamaica College, a school like a Woolmers and the Casey, those students, those schools that have like 90%, 85%, to get some of the footballers, they would recruit those players sometime from a seventh grade. However, at Jamaica College, we recruit, yes, for the seventh graders definitely, but at the Money Cup stage, you probably have, you know, choose one or two boys, you recruit one or two boys also from different schools. And sometimes you don't even have to recruit them, but based on your program, the parents reach out to you. Sometimes even their coaches reach out to you. In terms of maybe that school don't have a sixth form, so therefore they wanted to send the boys to a school that has a sixth form. And Jamaica College, we believe in giving youngsters an opportunity. Yes, it is mutually beneficial because they play for us. That must be established. But we want to give every young man an opportunity. And sometimes it's not even about say the best player. We have gotten some good players definitely, but we try to seek players who can come who we see based on our recruitment. I think we have very good personal recruit persons who we believe that can fit in within our game model, and persons who can fit in within our family in terms of the discipline, in terms of being their brother's keeper, and you know all those things. So, and we believe in recruitment, and it's important. You watch track and field, all of those schools recruit, and you know there's less being said about, oh, they're recruiting and they're winning because they're recruiting. But recruiting is just one aspect of winning. There are so many different aspects in terms of winning.
Definitely, because my team Excelsior recruit a lot, and we didn't win the Manning Cup, but we win the calls and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't like the hypocrisy in Jamaica. You know, with a lot
Mhm.
of schooling, every
Every
school
school.
recruit. And when I said hypocrite, some of the school, when they are not winning and Jamaica College winning, oh, Jamaica College go Mobay and they take the best player from Mobay, they go Tivoli, they take the best player. But
Mhm.
they are doing it too, but they just not come successful. And it's not all about recruit, as you say. It's a team thing, and you guys have a system, and that's why it worked for you guys.
Yeah, man, and I said that we stand by the fact that we recruit. We and when other schools recruit and are successful, we say well done. There are some schools who recruit, but based on the fact that they, as I said, they're not successful, so there's no talk about, oh, this school recruit, because I've seen a school that we recruit from, and when we find out this boy was recruited by this school, the student athlete was recruited by the school already. It's coming from another school going to that school, and he's at Jamaica College, but when they speak about recruiting, it's as if they didn't recruit anybody at all. You understand? But we recruit, yes, to definitely strengthen our team, but we also recruit to give young men an opportunity to win and an opportunity to advance themselves in terms of getting scholarship. Because we have another side to our football in which we have a team that really work and work with different colleges abroad and work with different coaches so that after the football, we start thinking about the GSAT. Those boys go to GSAT classes free. The exams are paid for, and just the result and the schools and so you see many of them going to sometime D2 to spend maybe 1 or 2 years and then to move to a D1 college, and then you have a lot of them who have gone to straight into the Division 1 school. So it's not about just the football. Yes, we win, but at the end of the day, we're looking out for the benefit or the best for the student athlete.
Totally understand and totally agree with what you're saying. But I want to talk to you about 2015. You lost to St. George's badly in the
Mm-hmm.
big competition. Every single school want to win that competition. The
Yeah,
Champions League, the Super Cup. At that time, you lost to St. George's. I were at the stadium, one of the best game I watched, especially St. George's play, and the stadium was jam-packed. You could even have space to walk. You lost by 4 goals to 0. But
Mm-hmm.
in that season, you still won the Manning Cup. But before you answer my question, talk to me about Smile and Bubble. Talk to me
Smile
about
and smile, smile and bubble, smile and balloon and smile, balloon and
Balloon and Smile. Balloon and Smile.
yeah. It is it's just a system in which you create if my hands like this, you create the midfield like this with the striker, with the you create the midfield like this with the one striker. So it's like have 1, 2, 3, 4, but the midfield is like a semicircle. So when you join it with the number 10 and the striker, you have like a little balloon like this. So it's like this. So you're very compact in the middle in like a circular, spherical way. And then because you're so compact in the middle, to gain to create to close on space on the flank, you'd have to have your defense very wide. So when if you use a pen to mark it, it look like a broad smile. So I would have my two centre back very wide because the midfield is so close, so they're a bit
Pop.
wide, and then the wing backs are very basically touching the line. So therefore, when the team probably change the ball, because they cannot come through the balloon, they would have to change the ball to the side. So quickly, my wing back can make pressure, and then the midfielder from inside the balloon would go and create maybe sometimes an overload, or prevent the overload from the next team. So I call it balloon and smile because I wanted something to really trigger something from the boys. Let them smile because they were, you lose so badly. I couldn't go and say to them, so boy, we're gonna play a very like, austere type of system where we have to close down the middle and you have to go suffer out there and you just have to go work and everything. And we just lose 4 love coach and you're gonna tell us, boy, this, you understand? So I said, look here, we do balloon and smile, don't burst the balloon, you understand? Keep the smile. So you put it a different way in which, interest them. They're still kids, so you interest
Yeah.
them and, hear boys as a boy, hey, don't burst the balloon. And, so you hear them talk about it. So, you give them a little imagery of it, what it is like. And I thought it was the best plan to go to them at that time based on the type of mood that they were in and everything. And it was good that I told them the match against St. George, it was on me. It was definitely on me. If anybody asks you why you lose the game, just tell them I'm the coach. You understand? So I had to do that very quickly. I remember texting Talbot in the night because he got a red card early in the second half when we were 2-love. I think he got a red card and a free kick was scored by Watson. And yes, I texted him at night and said, look here, hey, don't worry about it. Everything I put in a unfamiliar position. It is my fault. Come to school, relax, no pressure on you. Everything, So I totally took the pressure off the team. It was my fault. And they would say it. I remember one interview, on Football GPS, and I think when Walker asked Orlando Brown, Orlando Brown don't mince word, him just talk as it is. And him said the coach was. I was beside him, but I didn't feel any way at all because I remember what happened. We were playing 3-5-2, coming up to 3-5. That year was a very tough year to have. We're still normally by second round, by the first part of the first round, we would have settled down on a system of play, and we were like struggling to really find a system of play that can really get the best out of the players. So at one point we had settled with 3-5-2, and my two wingers, they were taking too long to come back to create five. When we lose the ball, they were taking. I remember calculating like 10 seconds. They were taking too long to come back. And Georges, as you know, they play very quickly to Alex Marshall. Very quickly to Alex Marshall. So my plan was to man mark Alex Marshall. They would pass too quickly to him, and then whoever man with him would, let him, give us some seconds to really come back in our shape. Try to push him to the line, let him go back, to play the ball back. So Talbot had that responsibility to do, while our two we would come back and create a back five. That didn't work out. And we didn't train it either because I was with the Reggae Boyz. So I came back and we heard that Howell scored against Wilmers. And I was told that, boy, Howell look like him are the best striker. I said, what? Howell are the best striker? And I said, all right. I said, you know what? I deal with things in terms of trust. I said, all right, cool. I take your word. It was more than one person and everything. More than one person. So I put Howell as a striker against Georges and Dana Van Darkins as the right back. Normally you probably lose a coaching license after that. You probably lose the coaching license, but I was listening to persons. That was one, and I made a decision, so it was me. It was on me. So, however, you have about 25,000 people in the stadium. And I don't know, but it's like some person the wear them dark blue. Because when the game start, honestly, I see some dark blue. But when the game are going after, it's like, man, I have a next shirt and change it. I want back a sky blue, man, seeing on the stadium. I said, blues and skirt is like, this embarrassing body now, the time Coach Bell, he never let him leave until the final whistle, and he didn't wait until the final whistle. Him just him go out and everything. Congratulate Coach Gail Fuzzy and everything, and I said, boy, this one are rough, and we go outside. Some people, because at the time you had 4 JC boys playing for Georges. We don't come out and talk about this because you have what's the name? You have Watson. You had Kyle, the goalkeeper. You had Dominic James, may so rich, rest in peace. And you had Carlos James. Those 4 boys were part of Georges. Three started, and I think he was on the bench. And some person said, boy, you see you met Dominic James left JC, and you see him come beat you up and everything. And, some person were like, giving you some stick as I was going out and everything. I said, boy, let me check the statistics. So when I checked the statistics, we had more possession of the ball. We had more chances, more shots on goal. We had more corners. All of this, only statistic that favored Georges that day was the fact that they outscored us. But we had, even with 10 men, we had more possession of the ball. We had more shots on goal. I think we doubled them in terms of shots on goal. They had about 2 corners. We had about 11 or 12 corners. So, when you go back as a coach, I was saying to myself, I know how Georges play. They play open football. You understand? When they have, maybe many times they play good football, but they open the game. They play like a Brazilian team. So once you open the game with them, you're going to have problem because they're going to have a more clinical striker than you. So if they get 4 chances, they may take 3. You get 6 chances, you may just take 1. So, I said to myself, I have to close this game against them as much as possible. So that is what we changed, and we create a system around it, and the players responded. They responded as true champions, and yeah, we ended up winning.
You lost. Always like the JC old boy feel about. That was embarrassing, coach. I was in the stadium. I was supporting. I'll be honest with you. Georges was the hot topic. As you can see in the stadium, it was jumper. They
Yeah,
were the
man.
favorite to win it and stuff
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that season, anything Alex Marshall touch is gold.
Goal.
Anything he touched that season is gold. But you guys in that same year lose so badly and went on and to win the Manning Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Right, couple days after that to cheer up the boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great manager.
Yeah, man, definitely. Well, it's good. And you said that year we had it was Manning Cup in itself. You will have like 3 years. You will have about like 8 very good teams that can compete, or sometimes 12 teams that compete for the Manning Cup. And then sometimes a year will come that you have only basically 3 or 4 teams that can compete for the Manning Cup based on, coming up. And that year we think we had like about 3 teams that were contenders for the Manning Cup. So you had a St. Diego, you had Georges, and you had Jamaica College. We played Denantown in the semi-final, and no disrespect to them, they did very very well to reach the semi-final. But based on the quality, they had a very good coach. But based on the overall quality of the team, you said that they would be what they say a competitor. We call it a favorite. Somebody who personally said, "Boy, to win the Manning Cup." And luckily, we had them in the semi-final. So after losing to Georges, we had them in the semi-final. And what we did was that we played them we were working with on the balloon and smile, but we played them. We made a decision that okay, we're gonna play against them in 3-5-2. Good, because we didn't want Georges to see that we're gonna change. We may change the system against them in the finals. So we're thinking ahead. We respect our opponent, but as a coach and we're done and do our plan. We say, look here, we'll play 3-5-2 against Denham Town. We're not gonna show Georges what we're gonna do against them in the finals. And then 10 minutes before the end of the game against Denham Town, we say, look here, boys. Let's go in the system. Let me see how they look. And they went and I said, boy, wow. About 88 minutes go, I said, boy, they go in the system and I said, boy, them look good. Them look good. So I said, all right, cool. I'm sure probably Giants don't realize that we changed the system for the last 10 minutes. So we can start the game just like this. Just like because they may be expecting that we're gonna have 3 centre back and 3 person midfield and 2 strikers, and they may have a plan, making the plan for that. So, yeah, that's what we did. So, planning is important. And I am an open coach to personal suggestion. I listen to the players also. We had a coach Stewart, had Coach Peart, Coach Brown, and all of the managers, they know football. And also you have to be very careful when when you listen to a person. Sometimes you have to just shut people out away respectfully. But we had persons who had fantastic advice, and when I told them what I was gonna do, they said, "Yeah, man, everybody bought into it." We had old boys who came to the school and said, "Boy, coach, what go on?" They're depressed. Like probably they lose a house or something, but the man them depressed bad. They might drive and with them in class and Mr. Man just drive down and stop and say, "Coach, what go on?" or everything. And I said, boy, we're going to fix it. And I said, boy, our coach, we believe in you and thing. The next aspect of it was the fact that we have to motivate the boys. And a lot of old boys came in. And I remember the night before the game, we had this activity where we do. We did, like you have 7 players on a towel, and they're supposed to flip the towel without anybody touching the ground. So that's like a teamwork activity. And I remember one group, I think it had Jamal Wait and it had Zeran, and Orlando Brown was a part. I think maybe Prekka too. And they were there and they talking and everything. And me just hear you say, yo, step on my toe. I said, what? And the man like you that say, what do you mean? The man say, yo, step on my toe. Cause so you're on this towel, so sometimes man have to step on your toe and everything like that. And the man say, yo, man, step on my toe, and you step on my toe and then flip the towel. And I say, yo, I think they want tomorrow, And I said, man, we're willing to make a man step on him toe tomorrow. You get me? Literally and figuratively. Yo, you have to step on a man toe. You have to step on your teammate toe if you save a ball or something. Fearless, mean. Sometimes I give them a little Garrison tag some of the time, isn't it? So I say it's a team that you want for the game, you understand? Sacrifice, that's it. Sacrifice. Don't be afraid if Charles have the ball and you have to run 90 minutes without the ball. You understand? You're gonna suffer out there, but at the end of the day, we're gonna win. You understand? At the end of the day, you're looking at your teammate and say, look here, me give every single thing. Every single thing. As a man to man, your boss, me give you every single thing out there. And to be honest, I've never coached a game in which I've seen boys run 90 minutes at high level, elevated tempo. You understand? Sprints, non-stop. When I watch the game every time, it's like from the kickoff, everybody just a run. Just non-stop. Them lose the ball. If it's not pressing, we are withdraw. We're getting into position. We lose the ball. We win the ball. Just playing fast. And we were lucky that we had a goalkeeper who can play football. So it's like we build up with 3 using the goalkeeper. So sometimes you see even thing that you hear talk about with even Manchester City, I use the goalkeeper. From 2015, we have Jamal Wait who, when we play against Jazz, we play with a back three with him, being a part of the back three. And the 2 wing back and the 2 centre backs very, very wide. So every time when Jazz try to press us, we try to press the 2 centre back, they have to compete with the goalkeeper because he's playing football, and we were blessed to have him.
Yeah, he was very good. I think, I'll be honest, I think in Jamaica, as a goalkeeper, I think he were the first goalkeeper were very good with him feet. He have every attribute to him game as a goalkeeper, and he really helped you guys to play up the ball from the back.
Yeah, man, definitely. We're blessed. I think you had a Sean Laws before. I don't know if you know him. He went to, was that Norman Manley? Then he went to Calabar. He was the under 20 coach. Under 20 goalkeeper. He's centre back now he played national as a goalkeeper, and he played national as a centre back. He played for Waterhouse now in the Premier League. Sean Laws. So he was a goalkeeper who.
He's short and he have bent foot.
No man, him tall, big Sean Laws. Played for Waterhouse, centre back. But he was goalkeeper for under 20, under 15, under 17. He played.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking.
Man, he was one of those goalkeepers who could play because he was a striker first, and then he started using him as a goalkeeper.
Definitely, but coach, he has won every single thing. He has to won in schoolboy football. He has won the Super Cup. He has won the Walker Cup. That trophy was giving you a problem. Why take you so long to win the Walker Cup?
That take long. Oh, you see, all right. Listen, I've always wanted to win all of the competitions, definitely. But you see, when it comes to schoolboy football, and you have like so many different tournaments running at the same time, it's very difficult to repeat top performance like over and over and over. They always want that maybe a game you have a bad game. You understand?
I think you guys always have a bad game, especially Excelsior beat up you guys couple time in the Walker Cup.
Why you will never forget the Excelsior.
Listen, man, you guys give us a warm time, man. You guys give us a warm time, man. Especially Junior Flemings. I think anytime I get the chance to interview you, Junior Flemings, that's going to be one great interview because from under 13, come right up to under 20, under 21, and Premier League, schoolboy football, me and him always stop, always going at it. I always tell him, so listen, you can't score today, but he always busting it, man. He have a lot of talent, so it would surprise me to see it never surprised me to see what he's doing right now in America and for the Jamaican national team. But as I said, Coach, you want everything. I want you to answer that question, the Walker Cup.
Yeah, the Walker Cup, as I said, sometimes it's very difficult to repeat top performances in very short time. Even professional players though, so not to mention schoolboy football. So sometimes there's one to give. And the psychological is when you have a bad game in the Walker Cup, because what happened before, you'd play the Walker Cup. You play the Walker Cup before. That they keep on changing. I remember we played the Walker Cup competition would be finished, and then you go to the semi-final or the quarter-final of the Manning Cup. Good. I think only 1 year we played the Manning Cup. That was 2014, and after we played the Walker Cup. I think something like that. But we went to some penalty shootout many times, and there's a lot of pressure when it comes to knockout games. There's a whole lot of pressure. That total different game, because at the end of the day, you have to win, and sometimes you have to take chances to win, and sometimes you say, boy, you're afraid to lose too, so you're a little bit cagey. So went to semi-final games, and the luck wasn't with us. We lost. The game against Excelsior. There are not many games that we would miss so many chances. And Baxter again. Is Baxter the name, right? I think Baxter. We made one mistake. Mr. Alleman put him on halftime, and as he come on, it's a goal.
Listen. Yeah.
It's a goal. Same thing in the under 16, I heard. Like in the under 16 against JC 2010 or 11, something like that. He scored a goal too.
Listen. I remember, Coach, the same 2013 when you're supposed to beat Jamaica College in the Walker Cup. I think it's 2013.
Yeah, man, 2013.
Same box set, get a lot of chance. Empty goal. Brian Richard was creating havoc. Them time Andre Riley was playing centre back. Leave Excelsior go to
2012, you mean? 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
2012, man. These days, man.
Yeah, you're getting up there, man.
I get a lot of beating, man. I get a lot of beating from Jamaica College, man. A lot, man. Especially Junior Flemings, man. Beat me a lot, man.
Yeah. But the Walker Cup, it's just always eluding me, definitely. But you see, it's in 2017 now. It was so important that we won the Walker Cup, because we had lost to KC in the Flow Super Cup, the 2-1. Remember the goal that Maggie scored that was denied based on they said it was an indirect kick. So we lost the KC.
That was the Super Cup.
Yeah, so in the Super Cup. So we lost the KC now. So now we lost the KC. No, what was it? No, that's not. No, sorry. We lost the KC in terms of the I think the last game of the Manley Cup second round, because we had gone through already. They had to win. They had to win, something like that. But we lost to them. It was important that we win now against them in the next game, because once we lose that game, believe me, based on the team that we had, I don't think we could motivate them enough to come back and do as well as they did after that, because we had one of the not so what's it now, not as the most mature team at the time. We had a lot of youngsters because a lot of the players could play the next year. So we had to win we had to win the Walker Cup that year, because that would parachute us, propel us now to set a platform so we can go ahead and win. So we put a lot of effort in it. What we're planning. I remember that match day I felt like I was playing. To be honest with you, I felt as if I was playing. Normally I'm very calm, much calmer. But I felt as if I was playing, and I remember the game that we played against KC in the Manning Cup, in the second round Manning Cup game, was a game in which I said to the players because we started a very young team. We had about three under 16 players who started against the KC. We wanted to win them. We wanted to win the game. So even starting those players, not about the ball. But I said to them, I'm gonna watch the KC team. So it was like I was just sitting and I was watching all of their movements, how they move, all of the evolutions, all of the actions and everything like that. And I said, okay, good. After the match, you had some people come up and say, boy, because that was the first Manley Cup game I was losing at Jamaica College. That was the only game I ever lost, a Manley Cup game I ever lost, was a KC. And, person coming up and, oh, think you can lose a Manley Cup game, and, all type of stuff, people.
Yeah.
I'm out and KC to the world, and, I mean, you congratulate the coach and everything, and, you wish them all the best. But, you start formalize a plan, because you say, boy, to beat a KC team with the experience that they had, it's going to be very, very difficult. It'll be very, very, very difficult, and yeah, and we were able. Maggie was superb in the game. A lot of the players were very good. The Weedy, the Rochester, very, very good. Howell, because we played Howell as a winger. He played right back, but the system that we use Howell like a winger. You see him on the wing more than you see Maggie, and they were playing on both sides. So we use him as a winger. And a lot of schools they tried to stop it, but it was very, very difficult because he was very good. And we had Walford also on the left side, and we had players who just sacrifice, dig in, win the ball, and so it was a total team effort. And to win that time and it would be the last time, it was a little heartbreaking, believe me, to leave.
Yeah, he leave on a high. But coach.
Mm-hmm.
He coached Norman Manley from 2008 to 2012.
Yeah.
Right? You go to Jamaica College, yes, coach for a long time there. Give me your top 5 player you coach in the Manning Cup.
Top 5. To be honest with you, I try not to. I try to stay away from all of that. To be honest with you, but I've coached a lot of players who are very, very good. Let me start at Norman Manley. You had very, very good players. You have like the Jamar Green. You had like the Dean Phillips. Sorry. Yeah, the Dean Phillips, the Nico Brooks, the Ramon McGregor. A lot of players. We had a whole lot of players, and the Liga Smith, the Romario Campbell. You understand it? I forget his name now. Spencer. I think they call him Chuxy, man. A whole heap of players. A whole heap of players, man. Very talented players. Norman Manley had from the Calico, the Blacko, the Rafi, the Junior, the Maggie, the Campbell, the Howells. The two Howells, Ramon, and you had Calico, the goalkeepers, them all very, very talented. I was blessed to have You know, they have those players, the Orlando Brown, the Zeron Swell, Queen Robinson, all them players. You had very, very good players. Very, very
But
good
you have a
players.
special one. You have a special one. Special one. Kevin Blackwood. I know him. He's my best friend from under 13. He was my captain. Very good leader. Leave
Yes, man.
Excelsior. And I just want to put this on here, coach. When he go to Jamaica College and train, and he went back to Excelsior, he think I were the person who would have fight him out. And do not make the school take him back. I was the captain at the time. He was my best friend I go to school with him. Everything we do together, we're coming from a far away. And he know Aliman State. Once you go and train for other school, he will call you a mercenary. He will never give you back a chance to play for him team. Right?
Yeah.
And he always think I were the person who fight him, make him did not come back to Excelsior. You know, so I just want to get that out there. Kevin Blackwood, I respect you as my brother. But I know when I leave high school, I went back and I cheered for the school. I was beating the pot cover and stuff. And they were playing for Jamaica College. And, you know, I was the person in the crowd, like,
man.
I was just calling to throw him off in game, but nothing personal. You know, like I was leading the troop because I just leave school.
I remember you for real, man. Constant spring.
Yeah, my ear was gold, and I was always at him and say, listen, Kevin Blackwood is a Judas, but no, he's just I know he's a very good player, and if you allow him to distribute the game, he will tear you apart by himself. You know, Steve Gerrard is his favorite player, and I just want to tell you, my brother, from that, me and him never say eye to eye.
Yeah. No, but it's a big loss for Excelsior at the time. I was not JC when he came to the train. I was not JC yet when he came to train.
No, I think the year after you come.
Yeah, I came the year after. Yeah, and I saw him, and you know, at the time when I saw him, the only thing that I had, I was saying to him, young man, you know, so we need to work on the speed though.
Yeah, very slow.
Yeah, but he improved his speed a lot. But what he had was speed of thought. You know, and you know the fastest person on the field is who would think the fastest, because you're gonna find the space that you need to be in early. You understand? Even if you don't have to run to go in there. So I remember games with Kevin Blackwood that he would basically just take over the game. Just like take over the game. Believe me, just take over the game. And yeah, man, when my first year at JC, to have boys like a Kevin Blackwood, a Calico Jr., Rafiq, and then you know what happened? What happened that year too? You had a Ramon O'Howell. He wanted to go to Woolmers. Now. A friend of his took him to Woolmers, and the Woolmers coach, this is what I heard, said that he had his team already and didn't want him. Probably didn't know about him. So somebody said, boy, you know, he wants to move. So if we can take him at JC. And I said, well, we're gonna take him here because I knew about his ability at Bridgeport and at Waterhouse. Yeah. You understand? So once we took him a day, and I remember Malik Foster, Messi, saying, boy, when I have to play with no forward, you know, understand, because the midfield was very tough. Yeah. Very, very tough. And then you had like a Malik Foster, who was very good player. And we had like a Stefan Logan. Those players and Calico, Blackwood, and those players would compete for a midfield three. And so it was like six of them Dominic James also would be a part of this. So it was a very strong midfield bunch. You have to choose three players from. So it was a tough team, man. Very, very tough team. Mentally, they were mature. They were championship material, because all of those boys at some point in their life they had won something. Blackwood, you know him with Boys Town. I think they won in 2012 with have Shamar Nicholson, something like that.
Yeah. I think I beat him. I beat him in the under 20 final. Yeah, he win under 20 final. Both of us win under 20 with Boyston, and then I leave go to Arnett, beat Boyston in the final. So Blackwood has been winning a lot of trophy from under 17 come right up.
Yeah, all of those players, and you saw, I had some junior Flemings. They had with Tivoli. I think Tivoli had beaten Cavaliers in the under 17 or the under 20 finals in 2013 before the Manning Cup, and they had the Howells and with the Water. So everybody they were winners before. So you're lucky. You say you're blessed to turn up at a team like that. And it's destiny, and it's your mindset too. Because when you have a positive mindset and a successful mindset, and you do the work out there, you pray, and then you get an opportunity. You just have to take it, and timing is every single thing. Timing in cricket, timing in football, but most importantly, timing in life. Just the right time, and your career as a person can just skyrocket.
Yeah, so, definitely I agree with you, Coach. Nearly 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah,
your journey is very long, and I don't want to keep you too long. I have a few more questions for ask you, then we're wrapped up. I don't want to. I know you have your wife and stuff, but Junior Flemings, how special, and a lot of people see on the outside. I know Junior Flemings. I've been to a national program with him. He's a very hard-working guy.
Yeah,
he make everything look easy in football. He were playing Manning Cup for a long time. He played Manning Cup with Ashton Walker and all of these players. So he must been playing with JC for a long time. How good player is?
No man, very good, very good. At schoolboy level, you could say one of the best ever schoolboy footballer, and he has been making his is making definitely his impact in terms of as a professional footballer. But he had basically everything very confident, which is so important for a schoolboy footballer. He was confident. He always want to win. Always wanted to win. A team player. He charismatic, and at the same time very tough on him teammates. But at the same time, him are the one we are go call them and run joke with them, and you understand. Him not gonna miss them birthday and stuff like that. So when he was tough on them, they understand. They knew that was him, and they knew how much he wanted to win, like every single thing, and they understood him. I was happy that we had a camp. I remember having a camp, a 3 weeks camp with them in St. Elizabeth by States. And that was the time I really, kind of get to understand him and everything like that. I made him instantly the captain. I think he was the captain before I went there. So automatically he would have been the captain. I remember he had games. When he had bad games, I would say to him, look here, just forget I won there. You understand? Because some players you have to manage every player differently. You understand? Some persons you can probably show them this and that, but some players just say, "Look here, just forget about it. Hey, just quickly forget the game. Next game." You understand? So you'd approach him a different way, and we had a good relationship. We have a good we still have a good relationship. We still talk. We will send messages and stuff like that, and but he was exceptional. Yeah. The confidence that he had as a youngster, to make mistake and still go on. Because my thing was that, look here, the biggest mistake you'll ever make is afraid to make a mistake. That's the biggest mistake. So once you're playing, I will say, look here, I will be more upset with players who don't go into the space, rather than the player who go into the space and lose the ball. You understand? So for him, maybe he will lose, but he's going back again. Very persistent. And we don't have to talk about him, his skills that he had, because he was a very skillful player. Right foot, left foot, you don't see him, but him turn up in the space just in time to score the goal. And yeah, he played with every single thing. He left every single thing on the field, and that's what you want the leaders to do: the dirty work. Um, we'll celebrate with you when you score, and we'll be there to put in to do the finishing touch. And he was that player for us. And as I said, you feel blessed. It's like Thomas Tuchel or Tuchel. I don't like pronounce like he's like
The Chelsea manager.
is that it's like him going into Chelsea or when Guardiola took over Barcelona. You go there and there's a team that have a lot of ingredients to win.
Yeah, definitely. But coach, I'm going to say this, and I'm not just going to say this to hype you up or nothing, but from playing against your team, watching your team as a fans, I know the era you coming up, Barcelona has been dominate. You know the tiki-taka football. But I think I rate you highly like what I rate my father, my stepfather, Jurgen Klopp. I think your type of football, Jurgen Klopp, would you say you take something from him? Because I see something in common with you. You have a very good personality, and your team not only have good player, but off the ball, you guys work very hard. You guys want to always work very hard off the ball more than the opponents. Do you take anything from Jurgen Klopp, or you take which Jurgen Klopp team you like, Borussia Dortmund or Liverpool? What?
Well, to be honest with you, I like gegenpressing, and it's a German philosophy in which when you lose the ball, you try to from transition to attack. Transition to defend. You try to win the ball back as quickly as possible, and a lot of physicality. I was at Norman Manley, and Garrison football is a little bit different from maybe a football at Jamaica College. So Garrison football, you watch Arnett Garden, you play with a lot of flair. Because of the people, you have a different game model based on when you're working at the Garrison, because it's like, everybody like very hot.
Like to have the ball, yeah.
Yeah, like to have the ball. Yeah, so you have to play. Basically, you try to play a different type of football. So at Jamaica College now we had very athletic players. It's a school that the physical literacy is very high because track and field and everybody at the sports and every single thing. So we have persons who are doing when they come to your program, he may be playing. He was a track and field star or something at primary school or in play. So you have a school that is very physical. So that would have helped me to shape a team that would be ideal based on my personality too, based on being a number 8 player, a transition player. I would want to have a team where it's about transition. Transition when you win the ball, transition where you attack. And as a result of that, I would have developed a philosophy. As I go on more, I never want to play like a Barcelona because they would play more here, more in they play a lot of football in terms of building up. A lot of touches, building up. I wanted to make build up, of course, but I wanted it to transition quickly to the striker. Quickly to the striker. Yeah. So when I watched like a Borussia Dortmund, I could have identified they were playing 4-2-1 with I think Ruiz was playing behind the striker.
Yeah,
and he would make a lot of good runs behind the striker. So Howell was, I could have patterned based on how they were playing. In terms of, I could see, and then you would probably mirror some of the things too. Mourinho too. I would because they were winning at the time. You'd have watched his team in terms of the organization, and so boy, you know what? Look, these are some of the things in terms of you create a structure around it. So Klopp, yes, Mourinho, of course, and you cannot deny Pep in terms of
Guardiola. Success and achievement.
Success and everything. So all of those coaches at that point in particular time. And then to be honest with you, I really when I play against Coach Alleman, because he was doing basically a Klopp too, because he was doing a similar thing to Klopp because he was playing 4-3-3. What Klopp is doing now is what he did before. Or the only thing was that his wide players would come back like a Marino, very deep, while Klopp would with Money and with because Money and Salah they go more inside and the wingers go outside to make pressure. But in terms of the physicality, Aleman was a coach who, because by 20 when I come into Manning Cup, there was a lot of flair. Georges was a team. They played, the touch, this. Manley before was touch, this, touch play. So different from Aleman, I decided that I was saying, look here, you know what, we have to create a very physical team also on the football field. It was about not a player just take a ball and him dribble and he decided not to come back, but good shape. You understand? Good shape on the football field, good structure, good discipline, some set actions and evolutions. More organized. Because when you watch a JC team, even sometimes when we don't play very good, but organization on the football field you can't deny in terms of how the shape on the football field, how we want to press, how we want to dictate how the opponent play. It is so I would say yes, Klopp, the Mourinho, and all those coaches, and even coach within Jamaica. As you watch their team, and you learn from it, and you add on to what you want to do as a coach, and as you go on, you shape your own thing.
Yeah, definitely, coach. But look like I have to go wrapped up now because I don't want to bring you over 2 hours. But I have to talk about this Jamaican national team. 2015, you lost. You were the assistant coach with Winford Schaefer. You lost the Gold Cup. You have a very good tournament. But do you think your work you done with Jamaica College make you become the Jamaica assistant coach? Because Winford Schaefer, when you listen to him interview, is a coach that love you so much. He love the football you play at the schoolboy football. How that come about?
To be honest with you, that would be where he saw me, definitely, at the schoolboy level. But I realized that because I'm the coach at Barbican from 2010.
Yeah, coach.
And
yeah, man.
Yeah.
The
So I was a
story is
coach.
long, coach, man.
Yeah, man.
Premier
So the
League
coach
to
at Barbican.
Barbican. Yeah.
So I realized after the Manning Cup finished, Coach Schaefer would be coming to the Barbican games. You understand? But being a coach, I said, boy, you know what? I talk to my players and I say, you know what? He's like Coach Schaefer, like one of you guys, a couple of them, if we continue doing well and So I remember we played in the Jackie Bell and we played against Waterhouse and we knocked out Waterhouse, I think, out of the quarterfinals. I think we knocked them out of the quarterfinals and thing, and the team I played very well. But Coach Schaefer was there, and after the game, he was talking to Sean Laws and some other players, and I was very excited for them coming. I said, boy, maybe they will be get called up for the national team. Only to know that Coach Schaefer was probably scouting me. He said he watched me in the schoolboy football, and he was watching me. So I remember one day I got a call from, I think, the general secretary, or I think the team manager, I think Mr. Roy Simpson.
Roy Simpson.
Yeah, he called me and said, the coach, if I want to meet you and everything. And yeah, I went, and I was very surprised. Very, very surprised. A bit nervous too, worried. Cause when he said to me that he wanted me to become his assistant coach, I was like, I paused and he said, you don't want to? And I said, yes, man. But you're concerned because, to be honest with you, there's no doubt in terms of I would have been inexperienced, although I was coaching the Barbican team at the Super League. But
you coaching the under-20, the Jamaica under-23 team and all of these stuff.
Yeah, man. So I became the head coach of the under-23, and we went the farthest in terms of our under-23 team at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
But we should have done much better. The team that we had, we should have done much better. We should have gone to the we should have gone to the CONCACAF level, the quarterfinal level in the CONCACAF to have a chance to go to the Olympics. We had a very good team, but I think that's one other story. But yes, I was very surprised when he said that he wanted me. So in the media there was a lot of bashing some person definitely was saying, yeah, man, give the young youth a chance and everything. And person was saying, boy, inexperience should give this coach and everything. And I just kept quiet because I said, boy, you know what, deep down in my head, I know
What
that,
they capable of doing.
yeah, but also what some were saying was right. You understand?
Yeah.
So I just after about 2 months or so, I did an article. Well, I did an interview and said, hey, I never choose myself. You understand? So
Mm.
you bark up the wrong tree. You understand? You say, oh, me did whatever. But I never choose myself. A
Yeah.
coach came and he saw went to all
What?
of the Premier League games and go to the schoolboy football, go to the Super League games, and well, for some reason he saw something.
Something in you.
Yeah, and I said to them that I mean, I know I'm a fast learner, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up in no time at all. So you have to double up. I remember, to be honest with you, when people are asleep, me at work, cause I'm leaving Jamaica College 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock at night. Some nights when I go home, my wife asleep. Me just probably just take the couch and I wake her up, or you going in the next room or something. You
Yeah.
understand? Because I'm watching games. Me I work on strategies. Me I, watch games, even games that are not mine. Me I work and you analyze, and you understand. You listen to interviews and every single thing. You work. People asleep. They don't know what you do. People
Yeah.
asleep. Me I leave JC and me have to wake up as security. Wake up as security to let me out. You understand?
Yeah.
So I hope for things, and so me as a youth where I come from, sufferation and
True.
hardship. You understand?
True.
So you have to work extra. And God is always there at the
Yeah.
forefront, Virgin.
You
Believe me.
you guys have a very good bond together because before I moved to Canada, Winford Schaefer always watching your game. I remember one time when you guys winning the National Stadium and you were talking to Rice Sims and stuff, and you were talking to listen, I like that Jamaica College team. He like the
Mhm.
coach and all of these stuff. So it would surprise me when you saying he come to the game, the Barbican game, and you have a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good success in the Barbican team. You guys come up to the Premier League and stuff.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
Winford Schaefer assistant coach. So you guys do it very well. I think you guys go to in Brazil to play against Argentina. What that competition name again? Copa
Oh,
America.
yeah, man.
You guys
We did
you guys went
two
to
Copa
Copa
America.
America, play very good against
Yeah.
Argentina. All of these team, and then Gold Cup. You guys playing very well in the Gold Cup. You guys should won the Gold Cup. Just a few mistakes by
Mhm.
individual player make you guys last. But
Yeah.
listen, I don't want to keep you no more longer.
Hmm.
I have this question. What do you think about that?
But when I think about the
The Reggae Boys, do you think they will qualify for this World Cup 2022
well,
Qatar?
I mean, being the talent that they have and being a Jamaican, you go with that belief that they can qualify for the World Cup. They have a very good team. They have been doing very well. There's some pieces that they have, which some very very important ingredients, I would call it, that they have. They're fighting for each other. So even sometimes they have a bad game, they can eke out results, and those are things that are very very important in terms of going um to the World Cup, because sometimes you will, I don't know what the format will be in terms of if you will go to another country, it will be done like in a bubble, or one venues, without home
Yeah.
and away. I'm not sure how they will do that.
Conca right now, because I'm covering most of the Conca Cup thing,
Hmm.
most of the team them are moving their game to different venue, like different country,
Yeah, yeah.
because of the coronavirus.
But normally, when you go to like a Central American country to play the World Cup qualifiers, believe me, it's rough. But so the mentality have to be on point. And I've seen the team, they're supporting each other, they're fighting for each other. You watch them in the Gold Cup, and they're playing, very gritty, and they have individuals that can really really hurt you. And I won't say them, we have individuals that can really hurt you. And the coaching staff and everybody seem as if they have a very good hold on the team. a very good coach Whitmore have a lot of experience now. With because he's now been head coach for the second or third time, and
Second time.
yeah, second time. And he's a World Cup goal
Goal
scorer too.
scorer.
One of our legends in the game, and he have a very good hold on the team, and that is very very important. So I believe we have a very good chance of, and I hope that we go to the World Cup. You know.
Definitely. Definitely. But you are in for Chafer now in Qatar. I just want you to
Mm-hmm.
sum up your time or your team doing right now, and let's close it up.
Yeah, well, we have the team that we are now. Is the first we have had a team that we're in the relegation.
Yeah.
They're fighting to stay in the league. So they had contracted us to keep them within the league. So that is the plan. To keep them in the league. We have about 4 more games, which if we can get at least six to 8 to 6 points, we'll stay in the league. So that is our focus now. We have a game tomorrow. So far we won one game, we drew one, and we lost one to the number 3 team last week. So we hope we can. We definitely think we can keep them in the league. We have a game today, so it's a game that we have to win. The players, the body language is good. We have some professional players that they're really pushing. They're really pushing the team to stay in the league. So that's the hope right now. And it's a very good team. It's just the fact that they didn't start out very well. So we're just regaining their confidence and see how best we can stay in the league.
Definitely, coach. I really appreciate your time to take your time out to do this interview. This is the longest interview I've interview like Manley King last week. So this one is very long, and your story live on. It will stay here forever. And thank you very much, man. I hope your family and everybody doing good. And
Yeah,
what do you
man.
have to say to the Jamaican people before you leave?
No, well, I would want to say the Jamaica people is that, I mean, just we have to just unite in love. We can't. I've seen, and it's never the majority, never the majority, but the majority always have an idea who, persons who are creating havoc in the country,
Yeah,
because it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Either you're outside or inside the country. It's not a good look just to hear every single day 5, 6 personal drop out. You understand? So our fight is a fight of unity. It's a fight of, we have to start, and maybe it's my generation or the generation before mine that, a lot of things change in terms of how we grew up, that we can't talk about anything at all. We can't have disagreement. You understand? Persons want to shoot or person want to take your life. So I just hope that, step by step, because it's not gonna take like a light bulb switch. Step by step we start talk to each other. We have disagreement and everything, and we can get past it. That level of maturity, that level of knowing that every life matters and every life is important. And it starts from just in the home. That's always the key. Better family, better society. You understand? So even to your generation who are gonna have kids, be better fathers and mothers. You understand? My generation will probably still having kids. So be better. Let's have better family, and that's the only way I believe. And just live good with your neighbors, and see how best we can. We can get back sweet, sweet Jamaica. Where my community, my country, me can go there and probably has left my back door open. Well, that's a wish or something, you know what I mean? But you have to find a way for really get back the country in, because no government alone can do it.
Yeah, it start
Understand?
from the parents, and it start
Yeah, man.
from this, not even the school alone, the parents and the father.
Yeah, man.
And we need more father to stay in the kids' life. That's the
Yeah, man.
thing.
Definitely.
We need
Definitely.
more father
Definitely.
figure. Father can help and stuff. It's important. Most of Jamaican generation, most of the population, most of the youth, them not going with any father. So that's the thing. It start from the home. But coach, thank you very much. Your dream job. Which team you want to coach? Dream job.
Yeah, Man United are my team, so that's
Man
always my
United.
dream job. That's always my dream job.
Man
So
United.
yeah,
Okay.
man,
That,
definitely.
that's that's okay. That's okay. Hopefully your dream can come true. Sky is
Yeah,
the
man.
limit. You never know. You never know. With a lot of black coach getting job in England,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah. That's a good
possibility.
look.
I
That's a good
hope they
look.
can kick down the door and they see the potential we have as black people and stuff. But coach, last thing, if you get the chance to coach a Jamaican national team, would you take it up?
But I mean, of course, definitely. But you see, my mindset is not even there right now.
In the future, I'm not talking now. In the future,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. As a Jamaican, everybody, all the coaches want to coach a national team, But I'm the coach who will always support
yeah,
whoever is the head coach. Believe me, I will always support whoever is the head coach. And some person don't know is that when my family is from Montego Bay, and Whitmore is my neighbor, basically.
wow,
Like my uncle, person don't my uncle live right here, so Whitmore House is like next door. So sometimes when you listen in the media as if person want to say, boy, you know what, there's some look animosity between
yeah,
Coach Coley and Whitmore. They will understand even anything or where it come from. You understand? Because Coach Whitmore is like was when you grew up, if everybody want him Topper, you
yeah,
understand? Still you can't even name that because so much people name so already. You understand?
perfect.
So it's somebody you look up to as a young man who play football, being one of your best player who coach play for the national team.
Yeah,
So as a coach, I would have no problem giving my full support to the coaching staff for the national team. And at no point we ever said, boy, you know what, I should get the job and the present staff shouldn't get the job. No, there's nothing like that. But you have persons who try to paint that picture
yeah,
and don't know the half of nothing. You understand?
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, coach, thank you very much, man. I hope you get some rest for your game tonight or
Yeah,
tomorrow.
man. If you go
And
sleep.
yeah, it's long. I really, really appreciate it, coach. I didn't even know um doing this stuff. I just always say I want to do this to share the journey with Jamaican player and the coach and
Yeah.
stuff, and to see
No
in
man.
1 week I get two great Marlon King, know you.
Mhm. And you get many more person, man, and all the best for the program. You understand? Because the start is not about the start, and you have a good start. Just have work and the finish. And just continue and keep going and growing your program, and get some manual banner behind that.
Don't worry, coach. Don't worry, coach. We'll keep the contact. I have the
Yeah,
info
man.
and stuff, so I really
Bless up,
appreciate it,
bless
man.
up, bless
Thank you,
up.
man. One
Yeah,
love,
man.
safety, your family.
Yeah, man. Cool. Bless.
Yeah, later. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This one is very long. It's very long, but I really appreciate it, man. Until next time, from my boy Ryan LFC, I like to say peace out. Thanks for watching.